Hey everyone, it's Will, GamerDad, with another video for you. So first off, I'd like to give a shout out to one of my YouTube members, Isaiah. Thanks for your support. Now in this video, of course, we're going to go over the final chapter of the main story, part 3, chapter 92. And once you finish this quest, if you are just starting this, you will have the chance to get 1,000 free stones at the end of it, as well as unlocking a new dungeon where you can grind out Ash Tears Light. Now, if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. I also do have a Patreon account for those who want to support me this way. So, of course, I will have a video for the Another Dungeon as soon as I get to it. I do have a lot of different exploration to go. And so this video only summarizes what you can find within the Tree of Life, which is primarily where Chapter 92 resides. However, I would highly advise to continue doing your bounty hunts because you will find some S-class bounties here. And so if you don't unlock the ability to do so, you might have to backtrack and find these horrors afterwards. So keep that in mind. Otherwise, the puzzles are pretty straightforward. There is some lantern oil that you can use to light it up one time, and then you shine the lantern on certain vines to kind of help them go away. And so when you use one, try to find another one. They're usually pretty nearby, and so I didn't film each and every pickup of the lantern light. I do think that it's relatively straightforward in terms of finding those. Otherwise, the horrors, there are a few different ones here. One would be vulnerable to a magic team. One, the flying one, I used a pierce team to take on. Otherwise, all the mobs are pretty difficult, as you can expect on master level. Other than that, again, I will be continuing to explore and put out a general video of the things I've found while doing so. It won't be in sequential or chronological order because I would think that I played this game the wrong way. Now, if you're just watching this for the first time and you haven't finished the thing, I highly recommend finishing the story and then going back and kind of cleaning up all the side quests and kind of the optional content. For me, because I explored and took breaks from the main story in order to fully explore, I'm kind of halfway started a bunch of different quests, and so I'm not actually sure which one is linked to which. I'm kind of activated them all at one time, and so I'll be running around all over the new world in order to kind of complete all those. And so probably not the best for me. Hopefully you do a better job in doing that than I do. At the end of this chapter, there is also a final boss fight, which I will have started some commentary on if you need help with that. So like most storyline videos, I'm going to stop talking now and we can recommence at the boss fight. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you a little bit later on.
なかなかですね。
Alright, and we're back. So the final boss is called Nidhogg, and it's actually a dragon type Hydra 3-headed thing, and it does have multiple HP stoppers. Now, I know that you can use a fire team against it. However, if you do hit it with a fire based attack, I believe it has some chances of debuffing your units at random, and so I decided to bring a mixed team of a Pierce unit team. I am actually attacking it with one fire unit, which is Pizzica. In retrospect, probably wouldn't be the best idea to do that because you can get hit with, like I said, the dual debuff, which actually will reduce your damage here. See, on any fire type, you can reduce power and int, but mind you, if Pizzica is taking the dual debuff, it probably won't do much of anything since she's not relied on for DPS. So what I would recommend is doing a 1 or 2 turn AF. Note that the Pierce TM I am bringing along is the same one I used to beat the train. Very, very defensive in nature. We have dual debuff from AS Sheila, of course, and of course a 50% type shield from AS Yukino, as well as offensive debuffs from the Pierce and type resist down. You can either use Pizzica in an Oratorio for defensive role, or if you feel risky, you can definitely activate Rhapsody Aria to do double the damage that you usually do. Otherwise, again, my true waifu, True Manifested Suzette, is going to be doing the bulk of the damage. I don't think this is a clean kill in the fact that it took more than a couple of turns. So, but then again, for the purpose of learning from this video, at least you'll get to see what the boss does. So after you do an AF, I mean, everything's all still up. It does have a chance of applying random kind of status effects, and so if you have Tetra from summoning a Minoka, that will help you remove status at the end of turn. Otherwise, if you have Oratorio, you can also do that. Make sure you have a stun resist badge just in case. And so it does some multiple hits. I'm actually not sure if that is percentage based in terms of HP, or if it's fixed damage or something along those lines. we already hit the second HP stopper at 50%. So I think it's 25, 50, and 75, unless I'm wrong with that. And you can clearly see that the stun can activate. Note that at the end of the first AF, I actually activated Rhapsody Aria. I didn't think it was going to be too difficult fight-wise, but clearly with the status effects can be a problem if you don't have any way to mitigate it. Also, don't forget that the boss can, can be immune, I think, to Thunder, and it can counter with Thunder moves. And so, being that it can attack at all points, having zone setters such as AS Yukino and AS Sheila healing at the end of turn, not to mention Tetra also heals, is a godsend in helping to survive this fight. I'm sure there are other ways to beat it, so let me know in the comments below what kind of fight or boss you used. I think in the final phase, it must have increased its shielding quite a bit. They have a barrier up, as you see, as a multi-hit, and I don't have a barrier pierce unit on this team. I suppose if I brought a different type of team, either with Manoka or don't bring ESMU, because like I said, with Thunder, it's going to be an issue. You can also bring Alma, I think that's the other pierce, or if you really want to use Efi, you can use the blood consuming of the blood ritual in order to give your units pierce, barrier pierce. In this case, I mean, taking a couple of extra turns, at least, like I said, you get to see what's going on. And the kickback is a little bit annoying too, which obviously Efi would take care of, or Yifa AS if you had that. Other than that, just VC everyone back in. With type shields up, you're really not going to have too much of an issue. I think the 2 countdown bars there for the blue is the same as some of the earlier boss fights with with Suzaku, where if you don't do enough damage, I'm sure it's going to counteract with a large DPS or something like that. So in this case, we have a full AF. Might as well use it. Again, not really sure why my AF did such a little amount of damage. If you watch the damage I'm doing, instead of hitting for tens of millions or hundreds of millions like my DPS usually does, especially with Suzette, we're only doing like tens of millions. And so definitely has some sort of shielding or natural high innate resistance to either physical or type attacks. Also, don't forget the environmental effects as well. But, that being said, it is the last phase. 1 full AF bar with the right grass to setup should be enough to punch right through. Again, we didn't do all 9s, only 180 million or more. And we do get, for our troubles, an Mighty Power Dragon Grasta. So I believe Aldo can equip that. And, some of our favorite units are also dragon related, aka Eva. I'm not even sure if Minoka is. I'll have to look at all the different personalities. But I welcome another Almighty Power Grasta so we can have Grasta, holders sharing Grasta with our frontline units to do even more DPS. So the fight is over, and the ending is actually quite a cliffhanger. So again, I will stop talking and let you watch the rest of the video in peace. And the loadout for the final fight will be at the end of the video as well. Hopefully you're enjoying the main story. Time for exploring. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.